Welcome to the Real Authority, and with this odd blue light, I'm here to talk about Masters of the Universe. I'm actually about to go to a scary movie fan event in the same theater. This video will be posted after that, of course. But I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't have high expectations for Masters of the Universe, but I wasn't expecting it to be, atrocious either. I wasn't expecting a great movie, is what I'm saying. It has been in development hell for a lot of years, in which Netflix were originally supposed to distribute it, but then MGM picked it up. And I don't know, maybe it's just me not really being a fan of Masters of the Universe, but I feel like some diehard fans would still question why the heck it exists, which is by no means a problem, but I'm just saying it's not like a great sign of things. But whatever, we're in the midst of the summer movie season, so let's see if it's worth your time. So He-Man, or Adam, played by Nicholas Galstatine, I'm pretty sure his name is. Skeletor basically destroyed his homeland when he was a kid, and so he's sent to Earth, in which he basically has to find his sword and basically regain his power and become the hero he truly is. Simple premise, I already told you my expectations. Let's get into it before the movie begins. Starting off with the positives, I do feel like the acting, for the most part, is really solid. I feel like the main trio of actors, from Nicholas Galstatine or Galtazine, I am so sorry if I'm butchering your name, Camila Mendes, Idris Elba, I feel like all three really provide the strong performances that you would want out of a movie like this, especially an action comedy or action thingity. I don't know, I just felt they had a great rapport with each other, especially Nicholas. This is his first major film. He's had films before, but I feel like this is his breakout. I mean, he was solid in Sheep Detectives. It's a bit odd that he's now He-Man, or at least big blockbuster He-Man, 4 decades after Dolph Lundgren became that. But I felt like he was solid. By far the standout, and you're going to be surprised, Jared Leto as Skeletor. I don't know of previous depictions of Skeletor. I'm pretty sure they're campy as well as well voice acted and great acting. I remember the moment, "I'll be back," and then it freezes. Hopefully I edit it so it just freezes. I don't know, but I felt like Jared Leto did a solid job. He's very unrecognizable. I was really surprised at how much he just fit this character, and when it went campy, Leto meets that level. And I guess that's another thing, Travis Knight's directing and the screenwriters' screenwriting, they really do try their best at making this a campy delight instead of just a straight-faced Masters of the Universe. Why not? But this movie really did excel at the camp factor. I really wasn't expecting it to be this campy. I thought it'd be straight-faced D-tier Marvel clone. But it does excel at that Marvel flavor without feeling like a direct Thor Love and Thunder tier Marvel movie. It does feel like a Marvel movie, but for the most part, it just works for this movie, especially when it gets campy. Daniel Pemberton's score is by far the best part of the movie, even though Jared Leto was surprisingly strong. I do feel the score really just felt vintage and campy at the same time and just felt spectacular. Combined now with the visual effects, and you got eye candy and an absolute throwback to, I guess, Masters of the Universe of old, but even without that knowledge, it's just a damn good score. Pemberton's a great composer, and he continues to show it here. A lot of the comedy did work, although I will say it's kind of when the film gets going where that comedy really just works. There are a lot of missed jokes here and a lot of weird moments, but not enough to distract the fact that this movie was shockingly comedic. The action was fun. For the most part, the narrative was solid, and I'm just surprised at how well it worked, even though it is flawed. I'm gonna keep it simple and sweet. I do feel like some of the characters, villains, and heroes are kind of pushed to the side for the sake of, the main forces, I guess. And also there's some bad performances. I feel like Alison Brie was miscast. She tries to be campy, but I feel like compared with Leto, she just is the weakest link, and it's noticeable that her performance just doesn't gel with the character. And I feel like during the middle half and sometime before that, when it gets going, it's definitely action-packed, but then it kind of slows down before picking itself up again. And then the biggest stretch of this movie, which is not flat, just it has a lot of tedium in it. It's not bad by any stretch of the word, but I feel like for a movie like this, you really want high-paced action, and at 2 hours and 14 minutes, for the most part, they do utilize it in a strong way, but not a perfect way. For a movie like this, I feel like you have to be self-aware on how to utilize your pacing, because it just makes those pacing issues more noticeable, at least for me. Not really a major complaint, but I might as well bookend it with this. The real world stuff, like He-Man and our world, it led to one cool sequence near the end, but I do feel like it's kind of out of place. I'm not saying it's bad. Thankfully, they do not focus on it for a substantial portion of time, even though it's kind of the catalyst to the plot. But it is weird and definitely not perfect, but thankfully it's not a major asterisk on the fun you're supposed to have, but I will admit, it was kind of weird. Nothing really much else to say. If I'm forgetting stuff, I'm sorry. This is literally me after the screen went black and the lights turned on and before Maria Menounos Universe. Actually, no, they're doing Masters of the Universe movie now. Regardless, I was surprised at how entertained I was with Masters of the Universe. It's definitely flawed, but then again, it's Masters of the Universe 2026. You're not expecting a masterpiece here, but for what it definitely was enjoyable. It was surprising to see how engaged I was with it. Just going expecting some damn good entertainment that won't change your life, but yeah, it's fun. Real Authority surprisingly approved 7 out of 10. Yeah, guess there's not much else to say. It's as simple as that. Masters of the Universe is better than I expected, although it's no masterpiece. The cartoon is probably better, but you know what? For a live action adaptation, it could have been worse. But yeah, surprisingly fun. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and comment your thoughts on the movie, and let me know which movie you prefer. Do you prefer the Dolph Lundgren 1987 one, or do you prefer this one? Does the movie stay true to the series? I don't know, probably not, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. Alright, peace.